Exciting actually, as we do have our Vincentian Cup winners playing tonight in St John's. They'll be the second fixture of the night. But yeah, Marquette versus William and Mary, DePaul versus St John's, followed up by George Washington versus Georgetown, also including the casting from George Overton. So plenty of George involved in matchup number 3 tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be the battle of the Georges. We'll have to see who will come out on top this time. If I remember correctly, it was actually George Washington that came up on top last time. And, well, they've had a fantastic start to the season, a fantastic first half of the season. And coming into the second half, well, they're going to want to start it off with a bang. They're going to want to start it off on a win, and we'll have to see if they can do that. The players are just readying up and getting into the lobby, and we should just about be ready to get into game. And I'm not too sure what's going on with the pitch, but hopefully the groundsman's done a better job in the official stadium, let's put it that way.
Yeah, interesting first, but maybe it's just maybe there's something wrong with the lobby. I don't know. Well, hopefully, yeah, like you say, the groundsman's done a better job in the game, and the pitch does look in pristine condition from this part so far. So we've got Croatify is going to kick us off as Paris Saint-Germain against Manchester City.
He is indeed, and we are underway. It's Marquette versus William and Mary, and it's Man City versus Paris Saint-Germain. So a bit of a change in lineups compared to what we saw on Sunday and Saturday in the and Saturday and Friday in the Vincentian Cup. Saw a lot of Real Madrids, a few Chelseas, a few Liverpools. Didn't see a Man City, I don't think.
I think we only maybe saw them once. I remember Haaland scoring a couple of goals, but yeah,
yes,
it's good to see him. We've got Messi bursting straight through, and I tell you what, these guys have had 2 months off over the winter break, but it has taken just 4 in-game minutes for our first goal, and it goes the way of Marquette.
It does indeed. I'm not too sure if it's Karatify or Felix playing the first game, but either way, they're going to be playing on the same account. So Marquette going 1 goal ahead, and you can see here some potential changes going to be made to the formation. Kevin De Bruyne being the defensive player out of this weird midfield formation. I'm not even sure what you would call it. What is it, a 5-1-3-1 or something like that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's definitely a 5 at the back, isn't there? Man City have got like a really good defence for that. In fairness, you've got the likes of Cancelo and Walker as wing backs, and interestingly, in real life, Cancelo being linked away from Manchester City, potentially heading to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it's a big change in setting for João Cancelo, but there is a chance here. Messi running through on goal. The defence has well and truly split open, and that is 2 inside 10 minutes. Messi with the second goal of the game already. Marquette, well, they're starting off this season with a bang, this second half of the season with a bang, and I think that's something that we expected from Marquette. You know, they had a tough first half to the tournament, but coming into the second half, they really need to step things up if they want to be securing themselves that high seeding going into the grand finals in, well, I think it's something like 8 weeks' time from now or something like that. It's a while away yet, but need to try and string some wins together.
Yeah, I think we've got 9 weeks left of the league format, and then, yeah, like you said, we're going to the grand finals. And there might be a chance here for Manchester City, and it's blocked, but given away again inside the box. Grealish, lovely turn. What a save there from Donnarumma. I tell you what, that's one thing with PSG you can rely on, is you've actually got a pretty good goalkeeper at the back as well, if things end up getting through that way.
The only thing that I don't like about Paris Saint-Germain is that midfield. I know you've got Renato Sanchez as Mahrez breaking through. Really nice turn. Falls to Grealish, who will find the goal. And William and Mary have themselves a reply here. 2 goals to 1. 14 minutes in. Bit of a goal fest, this one. Wasn't really expecting it to be like that, but Karatify and Marquette, Felix as well, they are known to concede goals. They're very heavily attacking football, so we'll have to see if William and Mary can find their chances and capitalise on them.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, they've had 2 months off over the winter holidays, over the winter break, and they've just come out and, yeah, already 3 goals inside 14 minutes. We're at 2-1, hotly contested game and plenty of action so far.
Kimpembe getting stuck in there, winning the ball back for Marquette as Kylian Mbappe on the ball. Going to be looking for some sort of pass forward, but couldn't find it. Had to go back through his midfield, and now a little bit of space has opened up. Messi on the ball, finds Mbappe. Can he find the finish, though? Goalkeeper comes out and does very well. Edison collects the ball for William and Mary.
Yeah, good goalkeepers at either end, and it's a very strong 11 for both sides. And yeah, going back to what you said about that PSG midfield, they've got some highly rated players on FIFA like Verratti, but I don't feel like Verratti's ever that great on FIFA. You never really see anybody using him. Doesn't often get any special cards for Ultimate Team, but we may see another chance here with Messi, the World Cup winner, coming up with a goal again, solidifying himself as probably the greatest of all time so far. And yeah, another fantastic goal. And it's 3-1 already, just 23 minutes in.
3-1 and a Messi hat-trick already. 24 minutes into this game. Marquette with a 3-1 advantage. It is obviously a second leg still yet to come, so William and Mary have plenty of time to find their way back into this match, but it is going to get harder the longer it goes on, and Marquette are always going to come back at you and look for more goals. They never tend to sit back. They don't tend to rest on it. They always want to go for more and more goals. We'll have to see what William and Mary can do here. Foden looks that pass in the middle once again. Kimpembe does indeed cut it out.
Yeah, we saw that a lot last week, didn't we, in the Vincentian Cup, getting to the byline, looking for that pass back across goal. It kind of worked for the first goal for Man City and the William and Mary crew, but yeah, not on that occasion.
Neymar with a big touch manages to get past one, and he's going to continue to run at defender's edge. John Stones looking to try, but cannot do anything. Lovely little outside of the boot cross, but doesn't quite come off there.
Yeah, very end-to-end. And interestingly there, the possession stat just flicked up in the top left. And William and Mary actually had over 60% possession, believe it or not, already, despite the fact they're 3-1 down.
Yeah, that is, it's a tough stat to go off early on in the game, isn't it? Especially when, he scored 3 goals in quick succession. So William and Mary are just getting the ball back from the kickoffs. But either way, they are doing a good job at winning the ball back. And it does look like this Man City defence, the William and Mary team, they are dropping back quite a bit. So there is quite a lot of room to run into in this midfield area. Messi on the ball though, looking to get it onto that left foot. Doesn't need to, goes for it on the right. Edison makes a save and forces it out for a corner.
Yeah, like you say, there's a big gap almost between the midfield and defence, isn't there? And a lot of space for PSG, and whether it's Karatify or Felix. I'm guessing it might be Karatify because Felix is typed away in the chat there as well. But yeah, a lot of space between that defence and midfield, and especially when you've got the likes of Neymar and Mbappe and Messi as a front three, you don't really want to be giving them too much pressure, too much space to sort of apply the pressure to the defence.
No, of course. You don't want to give them. You really don't want to let them have that pace, because that you can say a lot of things about the Man City defence, about how good they are at defending, but the one thing they do lack through the middle is that pace. Obviously, Ruben Diaz, John Stones has decent pace. I'm not sure who the other centre back in that back five was, but yeah, that's one thing you've got to look out for. Could be.
It could be, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we didn't really get too much of a chance to look at that defence and see on the bottom maybe if we get a chance. It could even be a Kanji actually, because Kanji is also at Man City now as well. He's again, not very quick, but he's not too slow.
No.
So yeah, especially not got the pace of Mbappe. So.
Well, the halftime whistle has been blown by the referee, and as you can see here, a 3-1 advantage for Marquette, even though most of the stats do favour on the side of William and Mary. 65% possession, higher shots, higher expected goals, higher passes, higher tackles. A lot of these stats you can look into and say, well, you've got to be doing better with the ball. But then you look at it on Marquette's side of things, and they've just been really clinical, straight to the point, getting in the ball in the box, getting it to Messi, and being clinical when he gets the chances.
This is quite an interesting one. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do this. I don't think I've ever seen anybody click and drag their players. I don't think I've ever seen anybody use this before.
Well, you can't
definitely
do it
not on anything that I've. No, but definitely not on anything that I've seen, even in sort of head-to-head. It's quite an odd. I know you can do it, but I've not actually seen anybody utilise that feature. We'll have to see if it pays off for Man City. And just to confirm, it's Laporte, Diaz and Stones at the back there. So far, it's not working. But the biggest stat I wanted to look at, actually, during half-time was the shot accuracy. Although William and Mary have had 6 shots to Marquette's 5, Marquette have 100% shot accuracy to to William and Mary's 33%.
Mm.
So it's although it looks like they've had more shots, they've actually only hit the target twice compared to Marquette's 5. So yeah, maybe slightly misleading with the stats, but they've got to start hitting the target. You never know, maybe they can mount a comeback.
Maybe they can, but one thing you do have to say about these tactics that William and Mary have chosen to opt into, their midfield is, there's a lot of gaps in that midfield. There's a lot of space for the Paris Saint-Germain players to run into, but they've lost the ball very deep in their own half, and fortunately Renato Sanchez can win it back as Marquette now looking to go on the attack, but once again well defended by William and Mary.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like a really high press though, because you've obviously got Haaland up there and then 3 players right in behind. Like you said, it was like a 5-2-3-1 almost, wasn't it? I think it was something like that, or 5-2. Was it 5-1-3-1 or something?
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of players up there. 4 players very high up the pitch and very central as well.
Yeah, it's difficult when when you've got one player in the midfield and you got 3 cams. It just leaves so much space. Like you look here. How many players do you have running forward? It's pretty much just the back 5. They don't really have much protection. And when you're playing like press after possession loss or press on heavy touch, they're all going to be rushing forward. There's going to be a lot of holes. We'll have to see if Marquette can make advantage of this situation. But one thing you do have to say is that you can't really go long when you've got you're playing against Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, it's interesting really, because like you said, it's almost like attack versus defense, and then there's just nothing in the middle. It's sort of like 4 or 5 players up for Man City, and then the PSG defense. And then is it just De Bruyne? You said, wasn't it? It was just that sort of holding midfield. A lovely ball through. Mahrez on his left foot. Oh, a little bit more power, maybe angling that one into the top corner. Could have been the better option, but a good save nonetheless.
Yeah, good save. Once again, coming out from Donnarumma, but Mahrez looking to create another chance. Will win his team a corner off the back of a corner. And it is definitely starting to add up now, these corners. Ruben Diaz might take a punt for it, why not? But that finishing accuracy, not very high, and it will go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, anybody but Ruben Diaz. Probably one of, between him, Stones, and Laporte, probably the lowest shooting players on the pitch. And it's a lovely strike there, just a whisker away. I think that was Mbappe there on his left foot, just drilling it wide. But yeah, still 3-1. There's 27 minutes to go in game here. So on the first leg, Marquette looking good. But you've got to say, William and Mary have probably looked the stronger side in the second half.
Yeah, they've come out and they've controlled the play. They've been getting more chances, but just struggling a little bit to break down this Paris Saint-Germain defence, get clear-cut opportunities. Mbappe on the ball gets tackled by Ruben Diaz, and now once again William and Mary can start their slow build-up play, but with the clock ticking down, currently in the 66th minute, they are going to have to start pushing men forward. Maybe a change of formation would help them out a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of those, we say it every week, don't we? Because it's a best of 2 over the sort of 2 legs. You don't want to go absolutely throwing everything in leg 1, because you end up conceding even more goals. You're not really going to be able to mount any kind of comeback in the second. So you want to remain in touching distance, but there's also a chance here. They've created shots, they've had good opportunities, but it's just hitting the target and that end product. Maybe need to play a little bit more through Haaland. We're going to see the cutback here, and oh my goodness me, stroked home there by Kylian Mbappe, and that is up to 4-1 now for Marquette.
Didn't even need to look. It's against the run of play, but they will definitely take it, Marquette. A 3-goal advantage. Is there any more to be said in this first leg? Is there going to be a goal potentially for William and Mary? I feel like they deserve it. We'll have to see if they can actually get it. Haaland using his pace. Can he show his finishing prowess? No. Not greedy at all from the Norwegian. Plays it through to Foden and puts it in the back of the net. A beautiful, beautiful goal.
Yeah, I think we were both expecting the shot there from Haaland. He took an extra touch and actually completely took me by surprise, to be honest, that pass across. And I think it definitely took Marquette by surprise as well. 4-2, just as we were saying, they deserve the goal. They do go and carve one out.
So unselfish by Haaland. Lovely stuff. Great goal. And, it's something that he does tend to do in real life, to be fair. He gets more... he passes the ball more than people really give him credit for. I think he is a very, very talented player. And, it's his first season in the Premier League and he's already breaking all the records. We'll have to see if he can continue to do that over a long stint of time. But definitely one of the players that I would like to see kind of become more meta on FIFA.
Yeah, one of those. He's got the pace, but I think because of his body type and his height, he's always quite clunky, isn't he? But trying to make his way through. I think very early on in the game, when everyone discovered that lengthy was the meta run type on the next-gen consoles, he was definitely someone that was used a lot because his price went sky high and then crashed when that got nerfed.
Yeah, I remember he was 320k at one point, and then he dropped to like 280. I packed him 3 times when he was 200k, but there is a chance it is. I think it was Hakimi that was offside, cleared away though, and maybe a chance now for William and Mary to come on this counter attack. Good run out wide by Grealish. Think it's offside, yeah. I think the pass was just a little bit too slow.
Yeah, it was a really good opportunity there as well. But although, 4-2, they're still within touching distance. Only 2 goals in it, so anything can happen. We've definitely seen stranger things happen, some scorelines be reversed. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether Marquette go for another late goal here, or will we see William and Mary pull one more back?
Yeah, we'll have to see how Felix can get on in the second game, the second leg, because in this first one, well, Karatify, it's not been the most convincing of victories, but it is a victory nonetheless.
Yeah, I think just running the clock down here as well, with just a couple of minutes to go, doesn't really want to give away any more chances. We might see a chance here, though, actually, for William and Mary. They are pushing forward, but might be closing in on the end of the game here. Playing out from the back from Rumor. PSG might get one more chance. We see the double click of the analog sticks there, trying to control a player, and Walker might get one final chance. The time has hit 2 minutes of the 2 added on, and that will be the full-time whistle, and a very solid result for Marquette. 4-2, yeah, like you said, not necessarily looking fantastic, but getting a 2-goal advantage going into leg number 2.
Yeah, very true. I'm sure they're going to be very happy with that one. And going into the second leg, we'll have to see how Felix can get on for Marquette. As William and Mary, obviously, very formidable team, showing it there in that game. Although they couldn't pick up the win, they definitely they tried their best, and they were constantly going for it. And I just didn't like the formation. For me, formation is a no-no. The midfield lacks any kind of depth. There's too much space in the midfield for PSG to run into, but we'll have to see. We need to throw it to a quick break before we do get into the second game, so go grab yourselves a drink, and we will indeed be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to EGFC Season 4, Week 9. We are back. It's the first week of action, and we are here for the second leg of the evening. It's going to be Marquette versus William and Mary. Marquette currently winning by 2 goals on aggregate. 4-2 is the scoreline. And we do have a switch up of players. Felix is going to be stepping in for Marquette. We'll have to see how William and Mary can adjust to this.
Yeah, interesting slight change in team as well. We've got Man City playing once again, but this time we're going to see Real Madrid feature as well.
Yeah, Real Madrid coming into the action, and Vinicius Jr. almost getting an immediate impact with a quick goal. That would have been very nice. Haaland on the ball, gives it to Gundogan, and maybe Marquette saw William and Mary playing Man City and were like, well, whatever you can do, we can do better. And have opted to try and go for that. But a good clearance from Ferland Mendy will get the ball away.
Yeah, I always think that Real Madrid are a pretty safe bet, to be honest, aren't they? For a team on kickoff, you've got them and PSG are two of the probably more prominent teams that we see. And I think Real Madrid have just got that balance. They've got a defence that's fast and it's strong. You know, you've got Courtois in goal. You've got a pretty solid midfield as well with Valverde. I think David Alaba is playing in midfield actually as well. And then you've got Benzema up front, who you know can finish. You've got the wingers as well, Vinicius Juniors. You know, they've just got talent all over the pitch.
Yeah, they really do. They're a very talented team, and I'm surprised we didn't see more Madrid players in the Team of the Year, to be fair. Obviously, winning the Champions League. But then again, you could say the same for Liverpool. I know they aren't having the greatest of seasons this time round, but last year, I think everybody is quite quick to forget how close it was to Liverpool almost doing the quadruple. So, you know, only Virgil van Dijk getting in there, but no honourable mentions. That's what annoys me. There wasn't even like an honourable mention Salah. Nothing. Disappointment.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Here we go. Vinny Jr. Someone we spoke about plenty of times during the Vincentian Cup, and he's trying to work his way down the line again, and that definitely seems to be the most effective way of creating chances at the moment, is getting down to the goal line and looking for that cutback across.
It's just next-gen gameplay. It's just the dribbling. It's I feel like defending is so much faster than you can really dribble. You just need to go down to the byline. You can't really do anything fancy in the middle. The skill moves are kind of I mean, you watch the pro players do it. They make it work, but that's because they're pro players. You know, they're the best of the best. But unfortunately, we do have to. You know, in my weekend league games at least, you've just got to be a bit more patient. Ball played over the top by Haaland. Carvajal does indeed read the ball. Wasn't the greatest in the world, but 20 minutes in, still testing the waters here. Both players still 0-0.
Yeah, still 4-2 on aggregate though to Marquette. So yeah, William and Mary are going to have to be the ones to try and push forward. Chance down the wing here with Valverde, looking for that cutback once again, and he does find Vinny Jr. I think it was, but couldn't get the shot away.
No, Kyle Walker did very well there. Very well indeed to get the block in, make the reaction. The reaction block. Foden wins the ball somehow. It's a terrible mistake for the defender. No! Rudiger in the wrong place at the wrong time. And he's put it in the back of his own net. And that is the first goal going the way of Marquette.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. There's not really any other way to put that, really. I don't really know how Foden won the ball there either. He thought the defender had it in control, just didn't do anything with it, and Foden snuck in. The shot could have been better. It obviously hits the post and then just hits the defender and trickles in.
Yeah, very, very true. It's you know, it's a difficult one to really talk about. It's tough. It's tough. Nobody likes conceding own goals. It is always like, just move out of the way, man. Get out of the way of the ball. Stop it.
I don't know that the defender had much chance to react, to be honest. The ball was so quickly hit off the post, just ricocheted straight off the defender, straight to the net. So I don't think there was too much he could have done.
Yeah, basically nothing. But Haaland looking to play Foden, and once again, these two linking up quite well here in this game so far. We'll have to see if they can create a few more goals. Gundogan looking to... Oh, sorry. Somebody was looking to send Gundogan through. I think it might have been Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, we're going to really have to see William and Mary throw bodies forward now. You know, 5-2 on aggregate. Still a fair bit of time left in this game, but we're going to need 3 goals already just to take it to golden goal. But yeah, already looking to bounce back here. They've got the tools to do it with this Real Madrid side.
Yeah, they really do, and a goal there would have been brilliant, but a great save from Edison Vincinius Jr. with a little flick pass back to Valverde, goes to the power shot into the path of Modric, but can't find the acrobatic finish. Doesn't matter though, because the linesman has his flag up.
Yeah, it would have been offside, just crept offside as the shot came in, but yeah, you can see again the Man City defence throwing their bodies in the way, and yeah, I think it's a slightly different formation as well, isn't there, for William and Mary this time out of the Real Madrid side, not having those sort of 4 players bunched up really central and high up the pitch.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. It just didn't work for me. It wasn't particularly pretty. Haaland though with a chance, surely got a finish.
Oh.
I think he's missed the target. He has. He has just absolutely swiped at it and sliced it straight into the crowd.
Yeah, on his right foot there, I think he's not got the best right foot as he is primarily left-footed, I believe. I think it's maybe even a 3-star weak foot. So, yeah, always a bit more awkward on his right, but yeah, still should have done better. Make the goalkeeper make a save.
Yeah, you've got to at least test the goalkeeper in those situations. Bernardo Silva though passing the ball out wide to Foden, who has given the ball up, but the referee has deemed that it was an unfair tackle. A little bit of a foul going on. De Bruyne coming forward. Looks for the... I think I was just looking for the straight-up Travella shot. Just absolutely smacking it. Hit and hope.
Yeah, I mean, when you're 5-2 up on aggregate, I suppose you can afford to take some sort of fancy shots, fancy chances. See Haaland here. Are we going to look for the cutback once again? He's wide open. Where's the defender gone? He's left his man. Yeah. And Foden with acres of space inside the penalty box. And that is now 6-2 on aggregate to Marquette. It's looking like job done.
Where on earth was Mendy going there? I think it was either Mendy or Rudiger.
Just
went to go grab his water bottle.
Off the pitch. Yeah, I mean, absolutely no idea. I think the William and Mary player was holding the R1 or right bumper to pull that second player in, and yeah, just left Foden absolutely wide open in acres of space, and even on shots, but yeah, not even on the scoreline.
No, not even on the scoreline, and that is all that matters, unfortunately, at the end of the day. You know, they've had chances. They've had chances here, William and Mary. They have done, and you know they've looked decent, but unfortunately, the chances they have had have all been very, you know, they've been blocked or they've been saved by the goalkeeper because they haven't had really enough power. There was that header by Vincinius Jr. There was a chance with Vincinius Jr. that was blocked by Walker. They are getting there. They are getting in the places. They're getting in the right areas of the box, but just unable to find that final touch, that final finish. We'll have to see if they can do it here. Karim Benzema through on goal, but once again, it's just an awkward finish. Needs to... I mean, this is one of those ones where it would come up if you was playing pro clubs. You need to have better shot selection there. Great header, but another great save by Edison.
Yeah, agreed. The shot selection, maybe it was just at the dribbling, just couldn't get the ball out of his feet there. And again, it's a big header off the crossbar, and Real Madrid looking dangerous from corners here. William and Mary maybe been practicing set pieces. Ball does break to Valverde, and it's a fairly tame shot this time for Edison. Yeah, Edison making a couple of good saves there. It's going to be tough to score 4 goals in a half to take it to golden goal. But, you know, it's 4-2 to Marquette in the first leg, and William and Mary have shown they can create chances and they can score goals.
Bernardo Silva whips it in early, tries to take the defenders off guard, but Haaland not quite in position for that one. Benzema looking to maybe work together with Federico Valverde, but can't get the return pass from, I'm not too sure who that was, maybe Toni Kroos. Rudiger with a big tackle once again, sending it down the other side of the field. And now William and Mary putting quite a lot of pressure on Marquette here, but doing a very good job here, Marquette, of holding on to the ball and making sure they can keep possession.
Yeah, it's looking like it's, you know, the time where William and Mary need to start throwing bodies forward, start to force the play a little bit, but sometimes that can leave you even more open at the back. And you can see Haaland, don't want to give him too much time. Can he get the shot away? He's going to look for the cutback once again. This time it's Bernardo Silva. Surely that is all she wrote. It is 7-2 now on aggregate to Marquette.
William and Mary just seem unable to read that pass across the box. Really not seeing the angles, as it's another pass across goal being scored by Marquette. And it's just too little too late for me now. There's not really much chance of a comeback to happen. You'd have to score quite a few goals.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's that shot selection. Even using shot modifiers, whatever, to take those shots. But for Marquette, they've kind of stuck to one game plan, and it's worked. Getting the ball down the wing, looking for that cutback that would be brought back for offside. But they've been comfortable, they've been confident with it. Already 2 sort of cutback goals in this one game. So it's something that they're using, and they're using it well.
Yeah, they are doing a good job of that, and we'll have to see how they do get on in the future fixtures. Next week, obviously, they'll have another game. There is another chance, but there's another great save by Edison once again, and really coming out on top here for his team. Save after save. And once again, Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, it was just a really, really well-worked chance there as well. 3 or 4 passes strung together, a little ball round the corner and a good shot, and yeah, a really good save. Edison's definitely earned his money in this game.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%, 100% putting his shift in for his team. But Marquette next week do have University of Connecticut, who should be a fairly tough task for them. 4-2 currently in the league. UConn in the league, not in the lead. Antonius Jr. with a chance, and once again, just unable to get it on target. 5 shots for Antonius Jr., not a single goal. That's a stat that they won't want to be seeing anymore today.
Yeah, and it comes down to one of those sort of, shot selection, shot modifiers, and taking the right shot at the right time in the right position, because it's easy enough just to have a shot to register some stats. To almost make it look a little bit nicer, some stat padding. But yeah, all you really need is 1 shot, 1 goal. You'd be happy with that rather than 5-0.
Yeah, very, very true indeed. And it's got to be said that Marquette have done a fabulous job here in this in the last 2 legs. That's a terrible tackle. I think that could even be a red card. Probably just a yellow. Yeah, yellow card for Rudiger, but. Just go back to what I was saying. Marquette doing a fantastic job here in the last 2 legs, really punishing William and Mary for not being able to read these passes across goal, and they've realised that this is where all the chances are going to come from, and yeah, they've just taken complete advantage of it. Lovely overhead kick saved by Courtois.
Yeah, and I think it's you've got to praise Marquette, especially in the second leg, because it's not easy to keep a clean sheet on FIFA. So, for them to keep a clean sheet, it's still impressive just in itself. And another power shot modifier coming in there. And we've seen that a couple of times, actually, from Marquette. They're looking for the L1R1 shoot, but yeah, it's not always the best shot selection, in my opinion.
But when you're 3 goals up, why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it would look great for the show reel, wouldn't it?
It would indeed. It would indeed. It would be a nice goal to add to the collection. But either way, maybe a chance for William & Mary to get a consolation goal here. Vincinius Jr. through on goal. Goalkeeper comes out off his line, and that is indeed a penalty. It will be a red card for Ruben Diaz. He's taken 1 too many shots, probably in a little bit over his head there, and a chance for Benzema to give William & Mary a lead and take away Marquette's clean sheet.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit too late, regardless of the outcome here. And Benzema goes for the shot, and it's saved as well. And oh no, I don't know who. I think Man City have probably made the pause there, Marquette, just to stick somebody else in at defence. It probably doesn't really matter at this stage. We're 7-2 on aggregate. Maybe just wanted to preserve a clean sheet though. Another good save from Edison, and yeah, it's just not been William and Mary's night tonight.
Hey, every goal counts. Every goal counts. Goal difference is very, very important in this league. William and Mary currently sitting on 14 goals up, and Marquette currently sitting on +9. So this will take them above them in the league, and it will actually take them level with University of Connecticut. And if they can score, what is it currently, +5 onto their 9. So if they can score 1 more, they would actually go level with University of Connecticut in 2nd place.
Like you say, then every goal does count, and it's not very often it comes down to goal difference. It's always good to have a little cushion either way, and surely there's a chance here. There's plenty of players in the box, but the cross just not in the right area there.
That's a horrendous tackle. What is going on?
It's like Liverpool at the weekend against Brighton.
Oh dear. You know what? I'm not even afraid to admit I didn't watch the game. I was asleep.
there should have been. Liverpool could have quite easily had 3 men sent off. Let's put it that way.
I heard Fabinho did a double footer and got didn't even get a yellow or something, or just got a yellow.
Yeah, and he kind of knew he should have been sent off. To be honest, the look on his face told you everything.
Feels like he's been let off. But a chance for a banger free kick with Kevin De Bruyne. Will we see it outside of the boot? Just goes over the crossbar, unfortunately, this time. And with just a few minutes left to go on the clock, it does seem like it is. Well, William and Mary's, it's not their day today. Marquette doing a fantastic job, playing very well, and maybe we can see Marquette return to their previous season's form where we saw them go all the way to the grand final. Another crunching tackle, 3 minutes added on. Is there going to be a clean sheet or will it be broken? Hazard to Valverde. One last chance maybe for William and Mary. A few missed tackles. João Cancelo puts his foot in. That should be all she wrote.
Yeah, just couldn't quite find the room to get the shot away. And we might see a late chance for Benzema.
No. Here's a corner
Saved
though.
once again.
Whipped in and saved by Edison. There you go. That is all she wrote. Another win for Marquette as they look to increase their lead in the table, get themselves back up to where they want to be. Because honestly, they don't, 3-3. We expect higher things of Marquette. They are one of our top teams, and we will have to see if they can make some sort of a win streak as we go forward here. But that is the end of that game. Commiserations to William and Mary, as that is their 4th loss of the season. Not the way they would have wanted to start out the second half of the season at all.
No, definitely not. And it's one of those, I think, like you say, putting together a win streak and gaining some momentum, it can be key in this because, the league is obviously smaller than like a traditional real life league where you might have 20 teams, playing twice against each other. These teams play each other in thick and fast fixtures, and, putting together a couple of wins can jump you up the leaderboards quite quickly.
Yeah, it really can. You've got to chain those wins together, get a few in a row, and then you'll very, very fast become, well, you could even go to the top of the table. It is not out of the realms when it just hit the halfway mark, so it is anybody's game still. We do have more games to come up, though, tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a quick look at the schedule before we do get into the next game. It's going to be DePaul versus St. John's. I'm hearing there might be a little bit of a delay on this match, but we will try to stick to the schedule of starting the game in, I think it's past is the starting time of the next game. So we're going to quickly throw it to a quick break, but before we do that, hopefully you go grab yourselves a drink, make sure to hydrate, stay healthy, and all that good stuff. We'll catch you in a few moments' time with the next game of the evening, DePaul versus St. John's. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back finally to EGFC Season 4, Week 9. We're here for the third and final series of the evening. It's George Washington versus Georgetown, the Battle of the Georges. My name is George Overton, joined by Matt Hayho, and we're ready. We are finally underway, and obviously we do have to apologise for the delays, and we will just tell you, basically, in the second game, DePaul had to forfeit, and the win went to St. John's in the end. But we're here for the final game of the evening. Let's go.
Let's do it. And I am the only non-George element to this matchup. Like George Overton said, it's George Washington versus Georgetown. So, yeah, Battle of the Georges. There's been some good banter flowing in the Discord while we were waiting for them. There was a controller issue as well, which we're hoping will be resolved for match 2. So it's all been going on tonight.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare, but it's the first week back, so we wouldn't expect it any different. Legal Eagle coming forward, taking the shot on with Karim Benzema. Save coming out from Courtois. It is a mirror matchup, Real Madrid versus Real Madrid. So, yeah, hopefully it isn't too confusing. George Washington. So Legal Eagle plays for Georgetown, and George Washington is in the home kit. Georgetown is in the away kit.
Yeah, luckily they've got the sort of gamer tags on, haven't they, there? So GWU esports being George Washington University. So, yeah, it's interesting to see if they've matched up exactly same lineups, same formation, same players. We will have to wait and see. there's obviously a pause coming in from George Washington. As Legal Eagle bursts through for Georgetown. He sneaks it in under the goalkeeper there. I think it was Valverde there. Beautiful goal. You can see there's a 4-3-3 here with, I was going to say, slight change there as Benzema was on the wing with Modric at centre forward, but that has been changed.
Look, I don't want to be the kind of guy, that's cursed George Washington here, but they're not playing Valverde in the chat. In the game. Valverde just scored the goal for Georgetown to put them 1-0 ahead. I put in the chat before the game, in the Discord, I beg you put Valverde on, because he is an absolute menace with live game updates on. He's an 87. Not being started by George Washington, but Wall Street Wolf is the player playing for George Washington here. Legal Eagle for Georgetown. So we'll have to see how they get on. It is a bit of a grudge match, but Georgetown taking the first blow, taking the first punch.
Yeah, it was quite a nice goal. We might see an equaliser, but it's just offside there. And that was Benzema with the turn and shot. Beautiful finish, to be fair, but unfortunately just straight offside from the flick on. But already you can see plenty of attacking going on, which is great to see. We had plenty of goals in the first game of the night. It was 7-2 on aggregate to Marquette over William and Mary. Obviously, we had the Paul forfeit against St. John, and now we're going to see the Battle of the Georges.
Georgetown actually looking quite good here. The Parsons looking quite silky, quite fast-paced, which we definitely do like to see. They did struggle in the first half of the season, but coming into it in the opening 17 minutes, it's looking promising.
Yeah, it is, and I think we've been quite lucky actually that a lot of the players do have some great, it's not just sort of route one. It's not just abusing what used to be the outside of the boot Travellas, that were really OP. We haven't really seen anybody kind of do that. It's a hefty challenge there, but Vinny Jr. is through down the middle. Could we see 2-0 here? Going round the keeper, I think just got caught in two minds there as the keeper came out, and Mendy at left back tucked in to make it a bit more difficult.
But all of the play going Georgetown's way at the moment. Rudiger puts a big tackle in. And it will go out for a corner kick. Must have gotten something on the ball. Vincinius Jr. coming down into the box. Whips it to the back post. Anybody home? Not this time. And it goes all the way out to the other Vincinius Jr. But Rudiger can take the ball away. Could be a chance here for Georgetown. But once again, just run into a few of the opposition players. And it got tackled.
Yeah, we might see a chance here. They are looking to get back in the game here, and I thought that the defender may have just got the better, and it's just cleared away there. I actually thought at first Benzema might have blocked the chance, and he's going to get another crack at it. Just not falling the way of George Washington here in these early stages.
Could have potentially gone for the pass across goal there from Vincinius Jr. Benzema was behind him, was in an onside position. Could have potentially looked for that, but opted not to. Rudiger going to cut the pass out there. Good bit of defending from George Washington as they're still searching for their first concrete chance. Really need to test the goalkeeper. We'll see if they can do that. 30 minutes into the game, still 1-0 for Georgetown. Looking to try and increase that lead as they put a little bit of a play together. Benzema on the ball, takes a shot on at the near post, and Courtois makes a strong save.
Yeah, again, really good passage of play there. Being pretty patient, but also, when it does come to play that pass, they are being direct at the exact moments. I was going to say not giving away the ball too cheaply as they did there, but, both players looking to get the ball forward with speed, but just picking the right passes as well.
Good bit of skill from Vincinius Jr. Benzema with a couple of step overs, but unfortunately fairly easy to read those ones, and a tackle will force it out for a goal kick as Georgetown regain possession once again. George Washington with the higher amount of possession so far in this game, but unable to take full advantage of it so far. We'll have to see if they can do it in this attack here.
Chance here down the wing. Both players using wing play quite heavily here, actually, and seem to find those gaps in between the right back and left back and the centre backs. So see if there's another chance. Vinny Jr. goes over this skill again, and really well defended from Legal Eagle, and we get a break on here. There might be a bit of an underlap as Valverde making the run forward. George did suggest George Washington use him, but they have chosen not to, and really good save once again there from Courtois.
Yeah, the strike from Vincinius Jr. trying to go down to the keeper's right, but did well to get there on time. And Zema on the ball, not got the craziest amount of pace, but trying to make do. It's a good tackle, and Georgetown win the ball high up the field. Vincinius Jr. once again takes a shot on, and this time Courtois cannot save George Washington. It's Georgetown taking a 2-goal advantage as we approach the half-time whistle. A very, very good start to this game and a very good start to this series in the Battle of the Georges. Can Benzema potentially get a chance before the half-time whistle? No, it's a good tackle once again.
Yeah, like you say, it's definitely a bit of a grudge match as well, wasn't it? You know, they were having a good chat in the Discord. Legal, can he get through again? He can. He gets the shot away and seems to be creating plenty of chances at the moment for Georgetown. And George Washington really need to see themselves through to half-time here with just the 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, something needs to change at this half-time whistle as the ball should cross the halfway line or crosses a line. The referee blows his whistle. And, well, you can see it there. It has really been all Georgetown so far in terms of chances created and shots taken, expected goals, passes, tackles, everything. So far, something not working for Georgetown, just unable to really get the ball out of their half with any kind of conviction. We'll have to see what they're going to change. I'm not a huge fan of giving tactics away, but, we're going to see here that they are playing quite aggressive. Forward runs, press after possession loss. It's a fairly aggressive tactic setup here from George Washington. Even though they have the whole second leg yet to come, they're choosing to try and press Georgetown.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, isn't it? You want to keep yourself in touching distance at least for the second leg, and 2-0 in the first half. It could have been more, but then again, at the same time, George Washington could have had maybe a goal, have a couple of decent half chances, but nothing as concrete as Georgetown. And Courtois has made a couple of good saves. So 2-0 probably fair result, and there has been a connection interrupted. We'll try and get the game back up and running. Maybe, luckily, they've only just kicked off, so maybe worst case scenario, we get them to restart the game and just play out the first half.
Yeah.
We'll just get that sorted there. But yeah, as we were saying, it's 2-0 is a good start for Georgetown, but George Washington University are going to want to get themselves back into it as soon as possible.
Yeah, obviously going to want to try and get back into the game. DC, just as the second half was beginning to start, but what we'll probably do is just get the players to play one more half of action and then quit at half time and play it out like that. Yeah, very strange that's happened. Don't see that too often, but the players are now booting up, getting back into lobby, so we'll have that game back for you very shortly. A 2-goal advantage though for George Washington. For Georgetown. A really good start to the game for the team that really did struggle in the first half of the season. One of the teams that came fresh into the competition in season 4. We hadn't seen them before. Weren't too sure how they were going to get on. But currently sitting 6th in the table, 2 and 4, second lowest in the team out of the 7 teams in the league, and they're coming up against the top team in George Washington, 5 and 1 after the opening 8 weeks of action. So George Washington really underperforming here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's only been the first quarter of the fixture, if you like, because they've only played one half, but yeah, it's a bit of an upset so far, and you have to say Georgetown have deserved to be in the league, though.
Yeah, 100%. Georgetown have really played very well, getting down these wings, getting some balls into the middle. Both of their goals were decent goals. For George Washington, though, I'm watching what they're changing, actually, for their settings-wise, and it looks like they're pretty much copying what Georgetown went out with. They're bringing Valverde on this time, and Tuchemeni. So we'll have to see how that does play out for them. But Alaba and Rudiger at the back, Mendy and Carvajal, Tuchemeni, Modric, Cruz, Benzema, Vincinius Jr., Valverde. So no Hazard and no Eder Militao. Oh, okay.
Hazard on for for Valverde now. So yeah, interesting changes. So what we'll do here is, as long as the players are happy, I'm sure it's probably been agreed that they'll play up to half time.
Yeah.
So far with Georgetown being 2-0 up at the moment.
At Corton's trolling in the chat, by the way. At Corton's trolling in the Discord saying that he's taken Valverde off. It's not even at Corton playing, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But either way, we're going to get this one underway. The second half, I know that it does say that it's first half, but this is the second half. Georgetown currently winning 2-0. Ball whipped into the area for George Washington, but a good save once again, or a good bit of play from Courtois to come out and catch the ball.
Yeah, it wasn't the best cross in that situation. I guess either maybe float it a little bit further or try a bit more of a low pass, and there might be a little ball across. Man at the back post is also open. To go for a bit of a dribble with Vinicius Junior, and that one's closed down.
Yeah, George Washington just being picked apart here by these really good bit of pass and play, and that's a really awkward situation for Rudiger. I think he just wanted to clear the ball away, but went for the slide tackle. Tuchemeni now on the ball, looking for some help from his teammates, and finds Toni Kroos. Good interception though from Rudiger, I think that was. Ball played over the top for Benzema. Nice touch. Can he get past one defender? He does. Can he get past second? Good pass, but the return pass wasn't quite on in that instance. But a good bit of play from George Washington to start the game out.
Yeah, good bit of play there. It was just unfortunate that the second pass there, I think he was the run was on, but Benzema hadn't quite got up to speed yet, and the defender that was tracking back was ultimately quicker. And we might see a good chance here. And oh, the heavy touch comes in. Big challenge comes in though to win it back high up the pitch, and possession trades hands a number of times there.
This is what you expect from a team between two rival universities. You know, you expect it to be fast-paced. You expect it to be chip. Ooh. Don't think Courtois really in any trouble. How tall is he? 7'9" or something like that.
Yeah, he's like 6'6", I think, or 6'7". So yeah, a very tall goalkeeper. Difficult to chip him at the best of times, but I think the shot selection was right. It's a lovely ball through to Hazard here. He's up against his former Chelsea teammate. I think they did play at the same time together before both departing to Real Madrid. There's another big tackle. I tell you what, there are some big tackles. You can see the slide tackle marks on the pitch, cutting that pitch to shreds at the moment. There's another chance now for Benzema. Is he going to look for the cutback? He is, but the defender gets there. It's given away again. The ball is just exchanging hands here in this third of the pitch constantly.
It's absolutely manic here. Real Madrid versus Real Madrid. Georgetown versus George Washington. Could it be any better? We'll have to see. That's a terrible tackle from Carvajal. Should be a yellow card. Will be. Probably lucky that this is technically the second half of the game. If not, that would be a very, very early yellow card. Ball played into the middle, but cleared away well by the George Washington defence.
Yeah, let's see if they can mount an attack. And you've got to say, George Washington, after the disconnect, have definitely come out the traps better in this second game. There's a heavy touch. I thought the keeper might have gone for it. He's done enough to bait him into another attempted chip. Throw out from the back is very risky here. And shades of Karius versus Real Madrid a number of years ago.
Don't do it. Don't do it to me. Valverde, though, playing the ball over the top. Header back from Alaba to the safe hands of Courtois. Ultra attacking is the option now for George Washington. Just going to throw everything at it, try and get a goal back. Currently 2 goals down in the first half of the game. If you did miss it, we unfortunately did have a DC, so we're just having to play another half of the game like it's the second half. Ball played over the top for Hazard, but really doesn't have the pace for those kind of runs anymore.
Yeah, maybe in FIFA's gone by when he was back at Chelsea, probably had all that pace, and there's a good bit of pace here from Valverde. It was going to be parried across there, but actually goalkeeper pats it down nicely and regains possession. And that is a bullet of a throw, straight into the feet of his teammate. I tell you what, the ball is just consistently changing hands. Balls comes in from George Washington. There's not long to go in this one. There might be a chance to make it 3, and he does. And that's, to be honest, that's come against the run of play in this first half rematch. And 3-0 now on aggregate to Georgetown.
Yeah, it's not just come against the run of play. It's also another one of those goals that we spoke about the other day in the Vincentian Cup. It's just where you tap the B button. You don't have to put any power on it at all. Just tap the B button. The goalkeeper, for some reason, I know it's really cheesy, kind of glitches out, doesn't dive for the ball. Yeah, it's just one of those, again, it's one of those meta shot choices. And it just seems to work.
Yeah, definitely, and it's one of those things lately. I don't know if it was just from one of the latest patches or what, but it's definitely got to that stage where people are utilizing that low-driven shot. Just it looks like there's no power in it. And like you said, we saw it so often in the Vincentian Cup over the weekend. So it's definitely seems to be one of the best ways to score at the moment.
Well, that's if I do end up re-downloading FIFA on the PC, that is something that I will definitely be taking advantage of. The shot comes out, and oh, it's
Oh,
another own goal! It's Alaba this time, and that does indeed bring George Washington to 3-1. So they've clawed one goal back. They've got 10 minutes here left in this second half. Can they claw another one back?
yeah, it was just straight from the kickoff, straight down to Hazard down on the wing, I think it was. Just yeah, ran in a pretty much a straight line, got in behind, and yeah, drilled that shot. Defender slightly unlucky there, and with a lovely little ball round the corner. Eagle, can he make this one count? Look for the low driven potentially. No, goes for the chip again. Not sure why we're all trying to chip Courtois this evening.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It's not something that usually comes off. Not sure, not something that usually works too well, but are trying to go for it. The players here. Benzema on the ball, plays it over the top of Valverde, is in an offside position, but would have been well defended anyway. 5 minutes left to go plus added time. We'll see if George Washington can get a goal back before we head into the second leg. Mendy, really heavy touch though, going to take it too far away from him.
Yeah, I don't know if either player is going to want to quit this either at half time because it will affect their records, won't it, against each other. But at 1-1 currently in the second leg. Sorry, in the repeat, what will be the second half. So we're currently at 3-1 to Georgetown.
Mm. We are indeed with Vinicius Jr. on the ball. Rudiger makes the tackle. Need to get it up the field if you want any last chances. George Washington, it's now or never. Benzema plays over the top. It's just a little bit forced, unfortunately. Cruz can reclaim the ball though from another loose pass played over the top for Vinicius Jr. But you know, balls over the top against Real Madrid don't tend to work. They're just too fast at the back.
Yeah, they're fast. They've got good height. You know, they've got athletic defenders as well with Mendy, Eder Militao, Rudiger. Carvajal probably being the weak link in that defence, so maybe it is try and work it down the left wing.
Mm.
You know, try and attack him. But yeah, so just to confirm, George Washington 1, Georgetown 3 after that. So with that DC just after half time, there you go, all updated already by George. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, so we'll go into the second leg. 3-1. It's still all to play for, but George Washington, who are currently top of the table, yeah, looking like they might be on for an upset right now.
Yeah, we will have to see if they can do that as we're going to throw it to a very, very quick break before the players get into the second game. So go grab yourselves a quick drink. We'll be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to EGFC Season 4. It is week number 9. It's the first week back after the Christmas break and New Year break as well. Hopefully you all had a fantastic holidays, whichever one you do celebrate. And we are here for the final game of the evening. George Washington, Georgetown, second leg. 3-1 currently on aggregate to Georgetown, which is a big surprise.
It is, yeah, considering George Washington, top of the standings currently. I think it was a 5-2 record, wasn't it? There might be a really early chance here, and there is. And there's an instant goal, and just like that, George Washington University take a step closer to making that comeback.
See, I don't want to say anything bad towards Wall Street Wolf, but when you switch from Wall Street Wolf to At Horton, it just seems like it's just a different player playing it, which is, well, that's the most obvious thing that I have said today, and just, wow, interesting stuff. But George Washington coming out with a completely different player. I think At Horton is actually their first team player, their number one seeded player. So coming out here with a bang, looking to try and get George Washington back in it, and has done that to full effect. Mbappe with an early goal. Let's see if he can go on and get a second. Neymar Jr. looks to play the ball through, but unfortunately a little bit too much on that pass.
Yeah, it's one of those where, you've got a 3-1 lead if you're Georgetown, and the worst thing to happen is to concede a goal within 2 minutes, because, that really gets the George Washington team up. They've got their tails up now. They're ready for this fight. It's now 3-2 on aggregate. We might see a good chance here from Manchester City team, and it's a brutal front line for PSG though.
Yeah, exactly. This PSG team is going to be very difficult to play against, especially when you're coming against one of the top teams in the league. George Washington seems to be back in full force here in this second leg. We'll have to see though, because we have seen Coach Jeter do it before. We've seen him perform to very high standards in the past. We'll have to see if they can do it again today. Haaland on the ball, looking to try and create an opportunity for Georgetown here in this game. Mahrez takes a shot on. It's a really nice opportunity, but it's a great save from Donnarumma.
Yeah, Donnarumma, big frame as well, a bit like Courtois on the last set of fixtures. But corners always going to be a difficult one to whip in, and most of that long ball straight away. But the one negative, I suppose, about the PSG front line is actually between all three of them, they're not really that tall. Messi's about 5'6", 5'4". Neymar's not tall. I think Mbappe maybe 5'11", might just about be 6 foot. Not great for any kind of aerial threat at all for them, really.
No, very true indeed. And when you're coming up against these tall, big Man City defenders, because Man City's defence is quite a big one. Ruben Diaz and John Stones, quite physical defenders. De Bruyne with a chance, takes a shot on, and another important save for Donnarumma. Has to get down to his right there to make the save. Puts out for a corner. De Bruyne whips it in. Cleared away from the near post. Haaland unable to make any kind of contact on the ball.
We've got Ruben Diaz and Laporte linking up here, and that's a lovely through ball there. And Donnarumma, I love yet another save. Donnarumma keeping George Washington University with this 1-0 lead in the second leg, and keeping them in contention for this one. We've already had nearly 25 minutes already. It's the second time that they've looked to play that long ball to the corner. It's Messi v Walker, so you know that Walker's got the pace, but be careful of Messi's trickery. Really well intercepted in the end.
Yep, Haaland looking to start this counter-attack, but couldn't quite get the ball past Nuno Mendes. Scholler. Messi on the left foot. Straight at the goalkeeper. Does have to parry it down though. Had quite a bit of sting in it. But Edison does well.
Yeah, it was a bit of a side-footed shot there really from Messi. A bit more of a controlled one. Not sure if that was intentional or not, if there was any shot modification on there. But you can see here, Georgetown having 62% possession already, find themselves 1-0 down. And we see that quite a lot here in the EGF, that players that don't tend to keep much possession actually seem to get more goals.
Yeah, I think it's quite suited towards counter-attack in football here in this tournament, to be honest. A lot of the players do seem to throw a lot of bodies forward. You can see here both of the fullbacks do be attacking. João Cancelo staying back. Kyle Walker was going forward. Messi, great pass. Is he onside though? No, he has unfortunately just slipped offside. Would have been a really good pass though from the GOAT.
Yeah, there's those moments, isn't there, in games where you think, it's so close. There's no VAR. I know people have been calling for EA to add VAR, but in a video game, I just think it would be kind of pointless and actually probably be more frustrating for the players. And I think that may have just been the wrong button pressed there. There was two players in the box that could have been aimed for with a cross, but went for a shot that was never going to trouble the goalkeeper there.
Because that would just absolutely kill the vibe, wouldn't it? You're griddying on your opponent, you're celebrating like crazy. Chance for Messi, great save from Edison. Yeah, you're celebrating on your opponent. I don't know, you're doing a gritty, whatever your selected celebration is, and it gets pulled back. Oh, VAR says that it is indeed offside. Well, I'd be launching my controller at that point, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think it's really worth us having. I think it's the same reason we don't have handballs in FIFA. It's a lovely through ball. Is Haaland going to get the shot away? No, he's not. That defence again. And I know we speak a lot about the attack for PSG, but the defence is just as good. Might be a chance here for Mbappe. He's got the wrong side of Laporte, who's not going to have the pace. Mbappe ties it all up. It's now 3-3 on aggregate. 41 minutes played. I tell you what, this could be a very interesting second half coming up.
It really could be. At Corton putting his shift in for his university. 2 goals in the opening half and is looking to go from strength to strength and go on and take the lead. But could be a chance here for Georgetown. Marquinhos, though, does just about enough. The captain of Paris Saint-Germain doing his part. Carlos Soler. Good pass. Mbappe using his strength, but I think Laporte just about edges that battle.
Got a high press as well from PSG. I don't know if it's pressure after possession loss, but players trying to swarm around the ball as soon as possession is turned over to the Man City defence there. But 2-0 in this game, and you can see the chances have been there for both sides though. Both had 4 shots each, and it's anybody's game at the moment because we're all square.
We are indeed all square. It is currently 3-3 on aggregate. Georgetown just need to get one more goal. Well, 1 goal to regain the lead. So if they can hold on here for a good portion of the second half and then look for a late winner, I mean, that's what I would personally be looking for. It'd be, they're having plenty of the possession with the ball. So keep a hold of it. Look for that late winner.
We shall see. I mean, it only took 2 minutes in the first half for George Washington University to get a goal. Will we see an equally fast goal in the second half? We've got Georgetown are the ones with possession to push forward here down the wing. Kyle Walker very high up, whips it in, and there's a header really well saved again by Donnarumma. Not quite enough power, but another early chance.
Not enough precision on the header either. It was straight at the goalkeeper. In truth, I know headers this year are a little bit awkward. They sometimes don't go exactly where you want, but Neymar is still on goal. Neymar with a chance. Neymar absolutely buries it. Shooting across goal. Doesn't matter what foot it's on. It's just a perfect finish. And that is the lead for George Washington. 4-3 now on aggregate. The lead is taken. Ak Horton's made the comeback. And George Washington, the top of the table team here in EGF Season 4. Well, they're showing exactly why that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's taken, 50 minutes in the second leg for them to turn it around. And yeah, like you said, you can just sense, Gordon being their #1 seed player. He's showing why they are top of the standings so far this season.
Mbappe. Elastico can't quite get anywhere with it. Renato Sanchez fakes shots into the defender. And now a chance for Man City to look for a counter-attack on the other end, but ball was taken away for some good defending. Really big overlap there if they can find him. It's Messi, though, taking the shot. It will go out for a corner kick again.
Yeah, the difficulty is just giving any of those front three a shot on goal. They can all shoot. Neymar, 5-star week for, I think, Messi and Mbappe are both 4-star, but they've both got very good, strong feet as well. Very strong on his left foot, Messi. Mbappe very strong on his right. And we might see De Bruyne battling away with Mendes down the side here, and Rodri and Foden getting involved. And there has been chances for Georgetown, so it's not all lost. I know they're losing this leg 3-0, but they have had chances.
Messi looking to twist and turn his way through the Man City defence, but can't quite do it there. Soler, great pass to Neymar. Messi now on the ball, twisting, somehow manages to wriggle his way through, looks for the shot. Laporte does ever so well, keeps it in play, and puts it out for a throw-in. Very nice, well worked from George Washington.
Yeah, playing really well. I mean, both sides, although it is 3-0, there has been some great defending on Georgetown's behalf. Kept themselves in with a chance still. There's only one goal in it at the moment, so like I said a minute ago, they did have chances, and that's a great ball to De Bruyne, and just snatched at the shot there. Probably wise to take it first time, but just not enough control on it.
Yeah, missed opportunity. That one will go down as Georgetown could have brought it back to level pegging. Once again, they were the team to take the lead, won 3-1 in the first half, in the first leg. And George Washington taking full advantage of using their number 1 seeded player at Corton in the second leg. 3-0. It's a tough task for Coach Jetta, but can he do it? Can he find a way back into this game for his team? It would be a monumental upset. It has to be said. It would be a massive, massive upset in terms of the table. Good interception from Diaz there to win the ball back.
Yeah, but regardless of the result here, Georgetown have got to take some comfort from this to say, we've played the top of the table, the top of the standings, and we've given them a really good game. If they can keep on with this kind of form, maybe they can turn around their own fortunes in the standings with future game weeks to come.
Yeah, 100%. They took the first leg away. Chance for Messi on his left foot, just floats it into that corner. So difficult for Edison to get onto that one. Not much power, but so much precision. Absolutely beautiful from Messi and from George Washington and at Corton. Lovely stuff. 4-0 now here in this second leg, and that increases their lead to 2.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Really, isn't it? 5-3 now on aggregate. It's going to take something special in the last 15 minutes from Georgetown if they're going to get anything out of this now. They may well get a free kick for that, and they do. Got to try and make something happen soon.
Silva whips it into the box. Maris heads it down. Anybody on the end of it? Forced to Donnarumma to make the save. Blocked by Marquinhos. The captain makes the really important moments, and he takes the ball away from Georgetown once again, denying that goal-scoring opportunity. And, well, like you said, Matt, it needs to happen sooner rather than later if they want any chance of getting back in this game. But George Washington going to continue to come forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's still been end-to-end, chances for both teams and both players. It's just who can really make those moments count. And so far, it's been George Washington University making them all count, and some good build-up play once again there from Georgetown. Just unable to squeeze that final pass through. Let's get it through to Haaland, who's looking for De Bruyne. Goes for the early shot, which is once again blocked.
Yeah, blocked once again from Kevin De Bruyne. Neymar, lovely bit of dribbling to get away from the defenders. Lionel Messi, lovely pass, draws the defender. Mbappe through on goal, puts it over him and into the back of the net. That's the 5th. There it is. It's the gritty. I love it. I love it. It's my favourite celebration. At the start of the season, I hated it, but now I love it.
Yeah, last year or the year before, whichever year it was the dab as well, wasn't it?
Well, so yeah, my signature celebration.
Those toxic celebrations, as we love to see. Yeah, it's been unfortunate because Georgetown have had chances and now just slide tackling everywhere they can. Gonna possibly be another goal just put over the bar, but yeah, it's now head loss time. It's just slide tackle, slide tackle, slide tackle. It's unfortunate because Georgetown have had chances in this game. It's just not fallen their way in the second leg. Still got to take some comfort from the first leg in that they can battle with the best.
They can. They took the first game away from them. George Washington have only lost 4 legs out of 12 so far this season. And, to take another game away from them is a very good thing for Georgetown. It's something that they should take a lot of pride in. And, hopefully they can come back next week even stronger, and maybe they can even pick up a win. Well, not next week because they have a bye next week. They don't have a game. But the following week they have University of Connecticut. So that'll be second versus 6th. So that'll be another very difficult match for Georgetown, but they can definitely build on this performance for sure.
Exactly, and obviously, if they've got a bye next week and they're not playing, they've got to take the opportunity to watch their opponents. Who they come up against next. If they're going to play UConn, they need to be watching that game, analysing their opponents. How do they play? What teams are they going to pick? Could they find like a counter to that? Could they find a counter formation or a counter team? Whatever sort of helps them to get the edge over their opponents. But yeah, really good games. Again, with Georgetown winning the first leg, George Washington turning it right around in the second. Yeah, 6-3, showing why they're still top of the standings.
Yeah, exactly. Showing that indeed. And very, very well played to George Washington once again, continuing their reign of dominance here in EGFC Season 4. Obviously, we did lose out on a few teams compared to last season. I think we lost the likes of Soccer Scout, who was from Fairfield. We lost out on a lot of big teams. Iona as well, another one of our big teams that we did indeed lose out on. So there was a large window. There is a big window for these teams to come in and to put their dominance display. I thought that it could have been Marquette, but losing out on one of their biggest players due to obviously leaving university, it's hit them harder than I think we expected. But a team that I didn't expect to be where they are on the table is definitely William and Mary. Unfortunately, not getting the win tonight. Oh, sorry, they did get the win tonight through the forfeit, so they'll be moving higher up the table. But either way, another fantastic week of EGF action. We are back in full force. We'll catch you once again next Monday for some more FIFA action. Obviously, there is much more action to come. If you do like other esports titles, we've got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Rocket League, we've got all of them. But we've run a little bit over, so I won't trouble you too much for that. Either way, my name is George Overton, joined by Matt Hayho. Any final words from you, Matt?
Well, we'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll get a full set of fixtures, and we'll get some more goals. I mean, there was plenty of goals tonight. Really well played to everybody, and yeah, well, let's hope to see some more goals and more tight games next week.
Indeed, we will. But thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, have a lovely rest of your week, and we'll see you next Monday for some more EGF action.